Meera over to AJ.
Oh my God.
Welcome, one and all. On behalf of the Angus family and the Venkataraman family, I want to thank all of you for being here. The bad weather and all, it means a lot to both of our families. We're here, of course, to celebrate two truly remarkable people and the remarkable love that has grown between them over these past 3 years and will continue to grow after this day. I want to talk about a little bit about some of the reasons why that love is so remarkable. And I think first and foremost, it starts off with the confluence of cultures and people from far-flung places all around the world that had to serendipitously meet at the right time at the right place to help make this moment happen. Jamaican, Irish, Indian, so many different cultural influences coming together to create this truly amazing and magical moment. And I think when we think about that, I mean, when we look at Meera and AJ, they look an awful like the future. And there's no better, more beautiful, more loving couple, no more good-looking couple that to embody that glorious future than AJ and Meera. The second reason why AJ and Meera are so remarkable is when you think about AJ and Meera, they're very nice, very friendly people, but to earn their love, to get their love requires a lot of time, a lot of patience. You really need to build it together. They don't give it away easily, as nice and friendly as they are. They don't give away their love. They don't dole it out like candy. It's something that they really value and really honor. And what's so amazing about AJ and Meera is that they found each other to give that love to. And when they do give that love, it's probably one of the more precious gifts you'll ever receive. And so how fortunate they both are that they met, that they chose to give their love to each other. And that love, of course, that gift that they've built over these last 3 years would be just as certain, even if we weren't in this beautiful hall with all these lit candles, all these friends and families from far-flung places in their immaculate best. That love would be just as certain, just as true. But we are so privileged here today to be able to join in and bask in the joy of that love. The final reason why they're such a remarkable couple and they're going to have such a remarkable marriage is because their love makes each one of them better. It makes their lives more dynamic, more interesting. They can be doing the most boring things in the world, and they enjoy it more because they're doing it together. Just a month ago, they spent an entire weekend cleaning and organizing my mom and dad's house over 3 days. When I asked them how was their weekend, 12 hours every single day of cleaning and organizing, they're like, it was super fun. It was really, really great. And I think that's a testament to the fact that every moment that they're going to go through during the course of their lives, they're just going to enjoy all the more because they're together. But the real testament to their love is that it not only makes them better, it makes all those who come across their love better too. And I personally can vouch for this. It's not just AJ or not just Meera that's helped make my life so much richer and better and more fulfilling over these last 3 years. It's AJ and Meera together. So as we celebrate that love, as we enshrine that love, let's start off with some words of advice from Meera's favorite writer, Uncle Bill Shakespeare. Let us not, to the marriage of true minds, admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is not shaken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks with his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but but bears it on to the very edge of doom. So as we enshrine that love today, as we celebrate that love today, we start off by building a commitment. And the way we build that commitment is through vows. So the first thing we're going to do to help build that commitment, to help enshrine that love, is to start off with vows. And to signify that all the vows that you, Meera, and you, AJ, are taking together, that you are committing to those vows, we're going to start off by exchanging garlands. And the garlands signify a thread that is pulling together the possibility of joy in both of their lives. And similarly, in the way that this thread is keeping this garland together, the commitment that you and you are making today will help string together the joy in both of your lives. So we'll start off with that. So we'll now take 7 vows, and these vows are pulled together from ancient Sanskrit scripture. It's pulled together from AJ and Meera's feedback for the sorts of ideals and virtues that they'd like their marriage to embody. So we will start off with each one of those vows. Our first vow: do you vow to take care of each other and to nurture each other, to provide for each other's physical and mental well-being, to sustain the patience, empathy, and commitment needed to provide it?
I do.
Do you vow to always give each other your true selves, everything you are and everything you ever will be, and to be honest, open, and trustworthy to each other?
I do.
Do you vow to share together both happiness and sadness, to be each other's loyal friend above all else through all the difficulties and all the joys ahead?
I do.
Do you vow to share in each other's dreams and help each other achieve each other's goals, to not stand before or behind each other, but beside each other?
I do.
Do you vow to be responsible together to all those to whom you will be accountable, whether it is your children, your family, or your community, to together be a source of strength to those who need you?
I do.
Do you vow to love each other unconditionally, no matter what tomorrow brings, to make your love for each other the cornerstone of your lives?
I do.
Do you vow to always remain each other's best friend, to be united in harmony, above all else, friendship?
I do.
You've made these vows, and there will be times when they are harder to keep, and there will be times when they are easier to keep. But in both those moments of sadness and happiness, I want you to always think back to these vows you've made today, the commitment you've made today, the joy that you've committed to building together. So now, we'll celebrate the fact that you guys have made these awesome vows. What we're going to do is we're going to exchange the rings, and AJ is going to put the Mangal Sutra around the sacred thread around Meera's. Now the rings should be easier to fit on.
Yeah. Not as tight as that.
Not as tight as that. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You're about to do it. It is my pleasure. Sorry, you did.
Get ahead of ourselves.
It is my pleasure to proclaim, by the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church, by Meera's favorite teacher in the world, Albus Dumbledore, and by the faith and trust that you have trusted in me tonight to proclaim you as man and wife. You may kiss the bride. So at this point,
and see us on a big day together. And I mean, it just means so much to us that we picked all of you to come here because we have a special relationship with you, and we really wanted you to be here. So everybody here, you mean so much to us, so thanks for being here. First, I want to thank Corey Ann. I mean, she's over there, she's working behind the scenes, she's awesome. Okay, she's our day of coordinator, she's making everything happen. We love her, and we couldn't do it without her. Secondly, I want to thank Meera's parents, Raji and Ramesh, for all of their love and support through the planning process, and not making me feel like just a son-in-law, but a true son of the family. And I'm just glad that I've been welcomed into their family. I also want to thank my parents, Jane and Jim, for all their love and support through this process as well. And I'm just so glad that they could be here and the rest of the Angus Carlisle family. And last but not least, this person here on my right, I want to thank her for putting together this amazing day. I mean, I keep telling everybody, if you look at these flowers, we went to Central Market like, hey, we want these colors, take this money and make it beautiful. And this is what came out. And just everything that you see here, we both, but mainly Meera, put so much love and heart and attention. I mean, it's just like, we've been talking about it for 13 months, and I'm just so glad that it came out all right. And it's not just all right, it's completely beautiful. So, thanks Meera for all your work. So I'm going to pass it off to Ruchi now, who's going to introduce a few speakers.
In Meera and AJ's life. And so to start us off, we're going to hear from the groom's best friend, Steve Hirsch.
How you guys doing? I have a few prepared notes. So, if you haven't met me yet, my name's Steven. I met AJ at UT. I wanted to, I was first of all honored to speak here today. I figured I'd tell you guys a little bit about, how I came to know AJ, just to establish some context, and then how I came to know Meera, and finally what I think of this beautiful couple. AJ and I met during our first year at UT. I think it was right before classes actually started freshman year. And I knew AJ, relatively well throughout our 4 years together, but, when I really got to know him was actually upon moving to Dallas when we were actually roommates. And, I saw AJ, going into the situation as probably, the ideal roommate because, he's a dependable guy, he's responsible, and he was really clean. And so I was basically bringing nothing to the roommate relationship, and I thought I'd really kind of sealed the deal by living with AJ. And that was really the start of when we actually began to grow as really close friends. And there are a couple things that I, came to really understand and learn about him as a human being by living with him. I think one of the first things that struck me, and I'm sure strikes you all, is that he's an extremely caring person. And I knew, pretty early on that if he, if he was going to spend the rest of his life with someone, it would have to be someone, equally as caring, and that bar is extremely and continues to be extremely high. The second big takeaway I had was that this guy is incredibly meticulous in that he gives an extreme amount of thought into what he spends his time on and who he spends his time with. So it really sent a strong signal to me when he started spending this time with this girl in Austin, Meera, who I had not met yet. But even though I hadn't met her, my sense was that she's got to be something very special to him. And so AJ and I parted ways. AJ moved to Austin. He was really excited about this new job at Google, and it seemed like he was spending a lot of time at the office and a lot of time with coworkers, even for someone who would be excited about a new job. And that's how I came to know Meera. And after meeting her, I could tell immediately that you guys were extremely compatible. And as a consultant, I've outlined 3 ways that I think you guys are compatible. So first, you guys are both tremendously honest, even to the point of, I'd say, being brutally honest with people. And as a friend in your life, and I'm sure everybody here would agree with me in that that's very much a virtue, and I appreciate that about you guys so much, and it really means a lot to me as somebody in your life. So I would ask that you always continue to have that brutal honesty with people. Secondly, you both have an extreme enthusiasm for adventure and for trying new things. And when we see pictures up here of you guys exploring different new hobbies and new places, I think that that's something that I really admire about your relationship, and I think it's something that's special and will keep things exciting and new. And I think that a lot of other couples, don't even come close to you guys in that regard. So I applaud you for that. And then, thirdly, just kind of getting back to the point that I hit before, you guys both have an extreme thoughtfulness in terms of caring for people. And it's all of us here today are so lucky to be in the same room and have had shared these experiences with you. And I'm personally very excited to continue to get to know you and see and witness how your relationship will continue to evolve and become even stronger. So I congratulate you both. I'd like to raise a glass and cheers to you guys, AJ and Meera. Congratulations.
Thanks, Stephen. going to hear from the bride's best friend, Alex Casalvin.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So I'd like to start, as AJ did, on a note of gratitude. First of all, thank you all for being here tonight and celebrating with these two exceptional people I'm lucky to call my friends. But more than that, thank you all for the impact that you've had on their lives over the many years that you've known them. People like this don't just come out of a vacuum. It takes a whole community of friends and family to shape that. And you know, over the last couple of years, and especially moving forward starting today, they're going to shape each other in innumerable ways. I'd like to tell you all a little bit about their relationship from my perspective. I first met Meera several years ago when she graduated college early and started a job at Google as the first woman to join our team. So already she was impressive from a distance. But she was even more admirable when I got to know her. She's an extremely compassionate person, she's cultured, she's intelligent. We volunteered together at an animal shelter, we gossiped together about friends and coworkers, we skipped work together to go see ridiculous movies. And Meera's friendship was truly transformative. She helped change Austin, a city to which I had moved for work, from just a city where I work to a place I could think of as a home and to really start to call my own. Now, speaking of work, meanwhile, I had started to interview folks for our rapidly growing team at Google. And one fateful afternoon, I met this charming, driven, intelligent young man named AJ. And you know, I think recommending him to be hired by our team was the best decision I ever made at Google. And for the first several months, AJ was very heads down. He was working very hard. He was making a great impact on our team. Over time, he started to open up, and he and Meera became friends. A little bit later, they became more, until their relationship and their love blossomed into what you see here today. So, given that backstory, all I ask is that you guys name one of your children after me. I'd also like to share a few tidbits because I was there at the Genesis. I remember hearing, as none of you will be surprised to know now, but I heard up at the beginning that AJ, this guy who was very driven, very focused, was actually surprisingly sweet. And their first Valentine's Day was nothing special. It was no big deal, and I was shocked. Why is that? It's because AJ believed every day should be like Valentine's Day. But even more than that, I think the true testament to his character and his strengths both as a partner and as a man are the fact that Meera chose him to build their life together and to be her partner. And I don't think there's any better imprimatur, any better stamp of quality than that. So one last thing I'd like to share, and some of you may have seen photos from our office on this screen here, but a little bit of an architecture story. We had a window, we had a beautiful window through which sun shone. We had Meera, who sat closer to the window, and then we had AJ over here, who sat on the other side of Meera. And he was heads down, he was working. But then over time, he began to look up, and he looked towards the light, and he found true love. So I think there's a lesson there for all of us, and it's that whether we found it, whether we haven't found it yet, true love can just be at arm's length. And what I hope for you both is that you're never more than arm's length away from each other. And I just want to congratulate you and best wishes. I love you guys.
Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, love, love. Listen to the music of the moment, baby, sing with me. I love peaceful melody. It's your God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. This is our fate.